for your likes, your comment, your subscriptions, and every other thing. And I want to give a quick shout out to all the members who have joined the member team to further support this channel. Thank you for taking your support to the next level. I cannot appreciate you all enough. And for you, those that are just coming in for the first time, thank you for choosing to watch this video. And also, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button and the join button just to join the membership of the channel and to support the channel to keep on growing. And wow, ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? In today's video, we'll be giving you an update on the Sahel Confederation, which just celebrated its 1-year anniversary. The Confederation was created last year. If you remember, I actually made a video talking about the creation of the Sahel Confederation, the reason why they formed that alliance, and also the mandates of the alliance. So today, we want to bring you updates on what has happened so far. So last year, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger came together to form the alliance of the Sahel states under the Liptako-Gumak Charter, aiming to strengthen just defense and sovereignty. So in today's video, we will dive into the latest development and the future plans shared by President Assimi Goïta during this milestone celebration or the milestone event. It's going to be a very important video. So please like and share. It's important, and I'm happy that we are bringing updates on what we shared earlier. So the Sahel Confederation, let me just give a recap so that those that didn't really watch the last video, which I will attach to this video so you can see it, you can then have a detailed understanding. So the Sahel Confederation, or the Alliance of the Sahel State, was formed in response to several pressing challenges that Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have been facing. We all know this. The primary driving force behind that union, or behind this union, because it's still in existence, is the shared need for enhanced defense and sovereignty. We have seen how in the last 2 years, Burkina Faso has moved drastically from depending on foreign powers to becoming self-reliant in its own resources and country, making its own decision. So the primary or the driving force for that union was to enforce defense and sovereignty for this country to be truly sovereign. So these three nations have been grappling with rising insecurity. We all know this, due to terrorism, insurgency, and external political pressure. They found themselves increasingly alienated from regional bodies or regional blocs like ECOWAS due to sanctions and external intervention, which often overlook the unique security concern. These regions have a unique security concern, and we can all agree to this. We are not new. We are not novice to what is happening in the Sahel states. So, what was the main mandate, or what were the reasons for the formation of the Sahel Alliance, or the creation of the Sahel State? Like I said, gentlemen, the Alliance of the Sahel State was created under the Liptako-Gumak Charter with a very clear mandate. And like I said, these three countries have gone through a lot of terrorism attack and insurgency. So one of the main mandates was about strengthening regional defense. So the Alliance top priority is in the collective security. Their collective security was their main priority. So by combining their military resources and effort, the member states aim to push back armed groups destabilizing the region, including various jihadist factions operating across their borders. So the defense, they said they would defend the territorial integrity with everything and at any cost, irrespective, as long as you violate the internal security, they would defend them by all means, using any means available and necessary to defend their people. This was very clear when they declared it during the formation of the alliance. And also, fostering economic independence has also been a very strong point amongst these three nations. So by beyond military cooperation, the Alliance of the Sahel State is also focused on establishing economic sovereignty. We all know that everything about these nations have been dominated by foreign powers. So this includes creating stronger internal trade networks and reducing dependency on external economic powers that have historically dominated the region's economic landscape. So we all know how rich these countries are. We know how rich they are in natural resources, and we know how all their natural resources have been exploited and exported out of their countries, and the countries continue to suffer in abject poverty. We can all see this in news if you visited these countries and they tell you that they have this level of natural resources in their countries, you wouldn't believe it. Also, the alliance mandate was also meant to promote sovereign governance. We've heard over the months Ibrahim Traore saying France has been in the country for more than 60 years and they didn't see any change. So what would change if they take out France from their country? And it's the same thing with Niger, and it's the same thing with Mali. So this alliance is also a political statement of unity and self-determination. They want to have total independence, total sovereignty. When they say they are independent, they are really not independent because their economy is completely dominated, their political system, their military, but now they want to have that level of sovereign governance. So it rejects foreign intervention in the internal affairs of the nation. So they want to promote a vision of governance based on the specific needs and aspirations of the Sahel region rather than external influence, which is incredible, because they have to know what their country needs, what is best for their region, and not what the foreign powers want for them. So this is very important. They also mentioned in the one of the mandate was also strengthening cultural exchanges and people-to-people ties, which is very important. So what they meant under this strengthening cultural exchanges was about cultural integration project, educational programs, sport and social event, language and communications, and these are all the things that they want to be able to promote under these people-to-people ties. And so this is just a brief of what the Sahel Confederation was all about, its formation, the mandate of the Confederation, and the reasons why they left ECOWAS. Remember, the main reason for leaving ECOWAS was that ECOWAS is dominated by imperialists, and they want to stay away from anything neocolonialism or imperialism. So what is now the progress highlight? Ladies and gentlemen, a few days ago, in a speech made by President Goita Assimini, that's Mali's president, celebrating key achievements, including how the Confederation has successfully strengthened cooperation in security and defense. So together, they have made substantial progress in fighting terrorism, which has remained a key objective of this confederation. So he highlighted that this confederation in the last 1 year has really successfully strengthened the cooperation in the level of security and defense. So this is in fighting terrorism and insurgency in the region, and it remains their key objective. So again, the alliance has been tackling what adversaries, including those receiving support from third-party nations, to safeguard the region's stability and independence. They have drummed this very powerfully. And if you listen to the Prime Minister of Burkina Faso during the China-African summit that just happened in China, you will hear him talking about his dissatisfaction and his disappointment in African leaders who still depend entirely on Washington, New York, Beijing, Paris, and other places to take instructions before they can make decisions in their country. And he also highlighted the fact that it is shame that some of these leaders choose to ally with these foreign powers to fight against their own brothers and sisters within the African continent. So what President Assimini is saying here is that they have successfully strengthened their security and defense, and they have progressively fought against terrorism in the region. So now, what are the plans of the alliance currently? So what is new in the alliance? Let us see what President Assimini said there. President Goita of Mali, what did he say is the plan of the Confederation? So he really highlighted measure plans. So it was a very big announcement. So he mentioned biometric passports, which is very important. ECOWAS has talked about biometric passport for ages and ages, or the AU, sorry, has talked about biometric passport, and till today, we don't know where that is heading to. But the Sahel, the Confederation of the Sahel State is saying that they want to promote biometric passport. So the Sahel Alliance is introducing a new biometric passport for citizens of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. This symbolizes their move towards deeper integration, sovereignty, making it easier for citizens to travel within the Sahel region and across the world. It's also a political statement, as this new passport no longer bears the ECOWAS logo, making their independence from the bloc. Again, they are also very concerned about common communication platform. We know the power of media, because whatever we are suffering in Africa today is because the Western medias manipulated what is happening in Africa and presented to us what they wanted us to see and what they wanted us to hear. They painted us so black that people don't even understand there is anything better in Africa. They only know that Africa is plunged in war. There is no development or progress in Africa. So one of the most exciting development is the creation of a common communication platform, including a new television station. This media outlet will allow the Sahel state to present unified voices to combat miscommunication or misinformation and strengthen communication with the citizens and within the region. They also talked about economic integration, investment bank. Remember, Ibrahim Traore also opened or launched the Export Bank of Burkina Faso, which was meant to control its own measure investment, its goal and everything. So they saw that it's important to invest in investment bank. So this will foster economic growth within the Sahel state. And so the AES is planning to create an investment bank and a stabilization fund that will function within the region. So these institutions will be critical in mobilizing resources, promoting investment, and stabilizing the region's economic in the face of external shocks. This is really powerful. And again, the president of Mali also mentioned that the infrastructure and transport network is very important for them as they move forward. So the Confederation is also making plans to upgrade transport and communication network roads across the member state. This is really going to enhance regional connectivity. It is going to boost trade, and it's going to facilitate movement between these countries, which is what we all want. You want to be able to drive from one African country to another without going through borders control, without going through all the immigration hiccups and all of that stuff. So this is what they are trying to promote within the Sahel Confederation. They also talked about social and cultural projects. So President Goita finally outlined plans for cultural, educational, and sport initiatives that aim to promote unity amongst the people of the Confederation. This project will serve to strengthen the bond that these countries are sharing. So it also makes the alliance not just an economic and military part or powerhouse, but it will also form a social and cultural ties. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us now take you to what the president of Mali, President Assimi Goita, on behalf of the Confederation presented as an upcoming project or as a roadmap for the Confederation in the coming years. Listen and let us all enjoy what this Confederation is doing.
Dear people of the Confederation of Sahel States, I do so responsibly and from the fraternities On this day, the date that changed history, 1 year ago, with my brothers, Captain Ilam Traili, President of FOSO, Abdera Manchani, President of the National Council, President of Niger, we have decided to take a historic step in the consultation of fraternal relations. 3 nations: Burkina Faso, Mali. What about Niger? September 16, 2023. We have adopted the Charte de l'État Gourmand, birth of the Alliance of Sahel States. This founding act, a new geopolitical aid in the region, establishing a collective defense and mutual assistance mechanism to combat tourism in all its forms, and to fight the organized crime that undermines our societies. Thanks to this alliance, our defense and security forces have recorded victorious contacts in the field, weakening armed terrorist groups considerably. She sacrifices herself. The process of establishing the sovereignty of our states over their entire territory. These significant advances have strengthened our determination to go even further. Dear people of the Confederation of Sahel States, we have reached a new milestone in the history of our 3 nations. On July 6, 2024, at the first Sahel States Summit, we signed the treaty establishing the Confederation of Sahel States. These treaties mark our irreversible commitment to the integration of our states and peoples, with a shared vision of fraternity, solidarity, and complementarity. With the Confederation, we made a strategic decision: cooperate with 2 other key countries. Diplomacy and development? Far from being a fortuitous choice, this orientation stems from our desire to build a strong political union, anchored in peace, security, and sustainable development, and enabling coordinated action on the international stage. Celebrating the Alliance's first anniversary is an opportunity to take stock of how far we've come. In the secretarial field, our armed forces have risen to major challenges in the face of adversaries backed by third-party states, such as Ukraine, which has openly chosen to side with tourism in the Sahel. We continue to fight relentlessly against all forms of tourism and to defend the integrity of our territories and our sovereignty. Dear people of the Confederation of Sahel States, as we strive for independence and sovereignty, discover, we remain open to cooperation with brotherly and friendly peoples, in a spirit of fraternity and mutual respect. Faithful to our commitment to African integration, the Confederation remains open to all sub-regional and regional partnerships that respect the principle of non-interference and sovereignty. We're taking an ace that's not just an alliance of states, but above all an alliance of being a people. Our efforts are focused on protecting our populations and improving their well-being through concrete actions. The roadmap validated by the College of Heads of State of the Confederation will enable us to create opportunities for exchange, stimulate investment, and promote sustainable development in our countries. The sky is rich, the natural resources and potential untapped. We are committed to investing in structuring and integrating projects that will foster economic growth, job creation and access to basic social services for everyone. We pay particular attention to young people and women, the driving forces behind our development. Their dynamism and creativity are major assets for the future of the Confederation. I would also like to salute our diasporas, who, through their commitment and unwavering support, provide solid leverage for AIS. Dear Confederation of Sahel States, the progress we have made is encouraging. The successes achieved in the defense and security fields are undeniable, and have enabled us to extend our cooperation to other key sectors. We are now working to strengthen our economic and social integration by promoting the free movement of goods, services and people. Our economies are complementary, but they face challenges. This is why we have taken the initiative to pool our efforts in strategic areas such as investment, taxation and the exploitation of natural resources. The creation of an investment bank and a stabilization fund is underway, and we look forward to putting in place the infrastructure to strengthen the connectivity of our territories through means of transport, communication networks and information technologies. The following Legion. A new biometric HIS passport will be put into circulation to harmonize travel documents in our common space and facilitate the mobility of our citizens throughout the world. To the world. Cultural, sporting and educational projects are also underway to strengthen the unity of our peoples. The creation of a joint news channel is also planned to promote the harmonious dissemination of information in our 3 states. Dear people of the Confederation of Sahel States, today, we are affirming our determination to consolidate the bonds of cooperation, integration and solidarity between our peoples on a daily basis, and should work together to make the Sahel a place of peace, understanding and prosperity. So I'd like to urge you to invest more in the Confederation's success, to support the actions of the states and work towards the success of this historic project, which will determine our common future. Together, we will make the Confederation of Sahel States a model of integration and development for the whole of Africa. Long live the Confederation of Salt States. Long live solidarity. And may peace and progress shine on our religion. Thank you very much.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, guys. We've all listened to what the president of Mali presented there on behalf of the Confederation and the plans they have in place, the roadmap for the Confederation in the coming years. These are the projects they want to implement. So let's go into details in analyzing this. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is very powerful. This is what President Goita came out to declare during the event that marked the 1 year, before the event that marked the 1 year anniversary of the AES States Alliance. So, what are we taking from this new progression? We've seen how within 1 year it has spiraled from what people thought it was going to collapse in few days. And I love the fact that the Prime Minister of Burkina Faso in China made it very clear that the Sahel Confederation has come to stay. And if people thought it was some kind of a mushroom platform that was going to collapse in few months, he's sorry to announce to them that it's there and it's going to stay longer than everyone expected. And so, yeah. So what is your thinking, or what are your thoughts towards this confederation and the plans that President Assimi Goïta came out and outlined for the confederation? So let us just try to say conclusively, right? The Sahel Confederation has come a long way. In just 1 year, from launching a biometric passport to planning an investment bank and a unified communication strategy, that is a big win. It's clear that the alliance is committed to strengthening sovereignty and regional cooperation. However, the journey ahead remains a complex and a challenging one, not just within the region, but across the world. It poses a threat to those who thought they could continue to manipulate these countries. And so it's a challenge, and it's complex. And again, within the region, it's a complex one. But this development underlined the alliance's broader goal of consolidating sovereignty, economic independence, and security in the Sahel region. Free from external influence and intervention, this anniversary marks a significant moment for the Confederation as it strengthens its foundation and outlines clear steps for further integration and regional solidarity. As you can all see, you can use this, as you can all see, we can all say that this has been a great success so far. So, but let us ask ourselves some few questions. While we are pondering over this, we can then comment, we can then answer, we can share our thoughts in the comment section. So, can the Sahel Confederation maintain unity in the long run, especially in the face of mounting regional and international pressure? What is your take on this? Will the economic initiative, such as the Investment Bank and Stabilization Fund, be enough to transform the economies of this nation, and is more structural reform needed? Let's not forget that these countries are really grappling with a lot of insecurity and terrorism. But will this Investment Bank or Stabilization Fund be enough to transform the economies of these countries? How sustainable is the alliance focus on military cooperation? And can it successfully balance security with economic and social development? And finally, my last question that I would like us to ponder about is, how will the Confederation's relationship with ECOWAS and other regional blocs evolve, given the clear break from ECOWAS framework? How do you think this will evolve? Oof. So, guys, thank you very much for listening. I would love to hear your thought on these questions in the comment section. Do you think the Sahel Confederation is the right path? Do you think the Sahel Confederation is on the right path? What other steps should they take to secure their future? Be sure to like, comment, and also comment for more content on African political economy and landscape. So, it has been a pleasure bringing you the updates of the Sahel Confederation. And I'm so excited that we brought this to you, and today we are bringing you update on it. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more updates. And please do not forget to hit on that like and a subscribe button. But most importantly, do not forget to comment and also share your thoughts, and share the video to your platforms. God bless you and have a blessed day.